Okay, so today I'm going to review this DB Quadro Mars 800. It's a free plugin. If you follow my channel, you can see that occasionally I do check out some amp plugins like digital amps or virtual amps or modeling amps, whatever you want to call them. I make presets for these kind of stuff and many other things. This is a fantastic recreation of the Marshall JCM800. It was a line of amps that was around from the early 80s, very present in rock if you think of like Guns N' Roses, that kind of stuff. And this is a really accurate recreation, and it can be used very simply as you see it right now on the screen, or really tweaked down to the most minuscule component, which is really, really incredible how much detail they've put in this plugin. I'm plugged in straight into my interface with my Strat, and this is a clean sound. This amp is if you've ever used JCM800, doesn't have reverb, and this plugin doesn't have effects as like reverb delays and stuff like that. It's purely an amp, massively tweakable. You will see in a minute. And I'm just going to go through the 4 or 5 presets. There aren't very many. That you can go through them by clicking previous next down here. Check the input level because I think they're quite hot. In general, this is the clean. Let me go to the next one. It's a crunch. This is more of a lead sound. Sounds quite thick. It's quite a full sounding amp. There is a gate, we will see. So plenty of gain, because you can add, we will see later, pedals in front of the amp. So, and you can hear now the gate is on. So you can hear there's plenty of gain, very, very authentic as far as I'm concerned to that line of amps. And let me very quickly go on the website. As I said, this amp is free. This is the company's website, DB Quadro. And I want to very quickly, apart from that joke of a discount of €1 million, just show you at what level of depth the tweakability of this amp. So you can literally go into the circuit of preamps. You can pick different combinations of amp, cab, speakers, and preamp. This is like a Neve, I'm assuming B73. 57 is a Shure, 201, 421 is their own microphones. 60 AV, I'm assuming is like some sort of like vintage V60 type speaker. And then you can add a wah that you can also go into the, in front of the amp. You can go into the circuit and changing component by component. And that's quite useful because there are so many recordings like Money for Nothing or a lot of the David Bowie stuff had that kind of cocked wah in front of the Marshall amp. Or, I love the Kiss solos, that wah left in a particular setting in front of the amp and then left alone is it's been used quite a bit. Then you can add a chip screamer or an SD1 in front of the amp, or some distortion, like Distortion Plus or 253 Oasis, like Ambixars or Rats type, type pedals. And again, you can go into the circuit and change it component by component. It's incredibly tweakable. So how do you do this in the actual unit, in the actual plugin? So let me just move this over for a moment because it will open a menu here on the right. So let me go back to that crunch sound. And here, the first thing you can do, you can change. There are a few presets here of cabs, mics, and preamps. So that is the one with the 421. So the 4.2, this is the 421. It's a bit more bass. And this is just the amp without the cab. So you can add your own, down here you can add your own impulse responses and stuff like that. Obviously, the faceplate here is exactly like the original amps. You have a high and low input, another 4 inputs like a plexi. And then you have a preamp, the gain is called preamp, and the master, and obviously you can tweak them depending on how much gain you want. The bass means treble, and presence, quite like most Marshall amps. Then here you can load and save presets and go between presets and input and output. That's to do with the signal level coming from your guitar. This is where we start with the tweakability, so to speak, of this plugin. You have a gate, and you can tweak it down here. I'm going to leave that on for now. And then I have a wah. And again, I can tweak the frequency here. Oh, sorry. Wah. It's that type of sound. You can hear it quite a bit in that. Let's turn it off for now. And in the next section here, you have a low cut. And you can just obviously tweak it here. A mid boost, which is, it feels like it's before the amp. Get quite a bit of gain within that frequency. Let me again turn it off. Then you have a graphic EQ, parametric EQ, a compressor, which is, it shows also the compression. Let me just exaggerate a little bit. So you can see how much reduction there is, so to speak. And then you have here overdrives. You can go literally, if you scroll down, you can go into the circuit and change it component by component, so to speak. And here you have the drive and the level, like you would do in any. This is a Tube Screamer style, I'm assuming. Look at the Tube Screamer. And this is more the SD. And obviously, you can go into way deeper into more like the things I don't even know what they mean, to be honest, like the non-linear. That's something that if you're that way inclined, that's for you to tweak. I only know up to a certain extent. And the last one is distortion. As I said, let me get the gate on at this point because the gain is going to be quiet. We go to really high gains. And then 308. probably not the perfect guitar to be showcasing this stuff. You would probably want something with some modern humbuckers, but just to get an idea of what this amp can do, so to speak, with this plugin can do. And again, if you scroll down, you can literally change anything, absolutely anything, in this VST plugin. The last thing is the preamps, and you can change again here absolutely everything. Here it has to do more with the attack, the clippings, so more with the feel, so to speak. So you can see that this is a plugin that can fit both personalities. The guy that just pulls up the plugin and starts playing, and the tweaker, because obviously you can tweak absolutely everything and anything. And I have only a certain amount of experience with JCM800s. I remember recording some albums back in the late 90s, early 2000s. As a particular sound, as a certain bite and so it definitely suits a certain style of music. As far as the recreation, to me, it sounds quite genuine, and I like the amount of detail that has been put in this plugin to make it as simple or as complicated as you wish, so to speak. So yeah, well, that's it for today. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it online. Feel free to send it to a friend, post it on Facebook and all of that. And I appreciate you checking out all the links in the description. I will obviously link the website to do with this plugin and all my other stuff. I make, obviously, presets for modelers, and I have educational material. I have loads of stuff that you can check out. I give lessons and all that. So whatever you can do to help the channel is greatly appreciated. And again, thank you so much to people that sent a donation for the presets, the modelers presets that I gave pretty much freely for a donation if you so wish. And that's it for today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.